Welcome to Catherine Learns Stuff. Today I'm going to walk you through making a reversible cat sign to know if your cat is inside or out. For this project, all you need is an oval wood blank and some adhesive stickers. I'm going to design this in Cricut Design Space and cut it out with my Cricut. If you do not have a Cricut, you can always just buy adhesive letters and a cat decal. Right now in Design Space, what we're going to do is we're going to design our in and out sign for the cat. The first thing that I always like to do is I like to make a backdrop for my design. So in this case, as I showed you, I'm going to be using 8.5 by 5 oval to make my design. So I'm going to quickly just draw in a circle here and change the dimensions so that I've got them roughly the same size as what I have on my actual oval, so that it works in line with what I've got. So I know how much space that I've got available for my design. And just for fun, I'm going to change it to a light brown color because I'm going to be using pieces of wood. So this sign is going to be two-sided, so I'm quickly just going to duplicate this so that I have a front and a back so that I know what I'm going to do. Since this is a sign for my cat, I like to make it a little bit more exciting, so I'm going to insert an image. I'm simply going to type in cat into the search criteria. Now there's several cats in here that are from Design Space. Some of them you have to pay for, some of them are free. I'm going to set my filter to free and any of the ones that I've uploaded in the past, since I like to upload lots of drawings, and see what we have available. So for this design, I've previously selected I want this cat sitting for representing that he's inside, and this cat walking for representing that he's outside. That way it gives the final design a little bit more character. So one of the designs is going to be for my cat inside and one is for my cat outside. I want to make sure that my layers are locked so that my cats stay the right size, proportionate to each other. And I think I'm going to change my cat to gray because it's a gray cat. This helps me sort of visualize what I'm going to have my final product look like. Alright, so there we have my one side for the cat being inside and the other side for the cat being outside. So now I'm quickly just going to select the text here from my system because I know those ones are free. I'm just going to do a quick Arial rounded, and we're going to go cat is out. And we're going to just format this quickly so that it's centered because we like it to look nice. And maybe like that. And for this one, we're going to do text as well. Same. And we're going to go cat is in. Again, we're going to format this so that it's all centered, and we're going to move this over here. Now, just changing the colors so that it looks a little bit nicer to represent what the final design will look like. Alright, so I don't totally like the way that the cat is in looks, so I'm just going to move my text around a little bit and make it a little bit nicer so that I like the way that it looks. There, so now the cat's not covered up. So that's it, my design is done. I'm ready to click make it. The one thing that I want to remember is that when I'm doing that, I need to make sure that I don't print the actual ovals that I've used for my backgrounds, because those are what I was just using to select my sizing. So now that's ready, I'm just going to hit make it. I select my 12 by 12 mat, and then Since this is not iron-on, I'm just going to be using permanent vinyl. I can have it regular, I don't need to mirror it, and then I'm just going to move my pieces around a little bit to maximize my vinyl usage, as always. And that's it, it's ready to make. I'm just going to quickly click next and cut these out on my Cricut, and then they'll be ready for applying to my boards. So I finished cutting out my design on my Cricut on my black vinyl, and I figured I'd make my cat shiny silver black. So it's already cut and it's hard to see here, but we're just going to quickly weed my material so that we've got the design ready to go. So this is some vinyl that I bought from the Dollar Tree. As you can see here, when I was weeding it, it didn't come through all the way. It ripped part of the design, so I'm going to need to cut this again because I don't want to use a bad design. But I'm going to change the cut setting to thicker so that it cuts through this vinyl a little bit better. But if I have another issue with it, I'm just going to go to a different color for my standard vinyl that I typically use. So I managed to get it off. I'm not impressed with this vinyl. We'll see how it sticks to my design. I did not like the way that it weeded. So now I've got my oval wood blank that I'm going to use to apply this all onto. Now that all of my pieces have been weeded, I'm able to put my phrases onto some transfer sheets so that I can attach them onto the board. And the cats are large enough that I can just peel them off like a sticker and put them onto the board. So I'm going to just play with this, the location on the board to make sure that they fit in the spot that I want after I've got the phrases ready. Now you'll remember in my design, in Design Space, I had a little bit of space for each of them. So that kind of a layout there should work for the back side, so that's alright. And then on the front side with the cat's going to sit a little bit low and off to the side here so that my phrase can fit this way. So I might need to, it should fit nicely just about like that once I've got the backing paper off. So now I'll quickly just peel my cat off and peeling him onto my board. I want to make sure he goes on smoothly. So there's a cat just sitting there. And now take my backing paper off my phrase. So I just want to line it up so that it looks nice and centered there. Give it a bit of a press. And peel. So there's the one side. And now, similarly on the back side, place my cat down at the bottom here, going out for a walk. My phrase will go right up about in this location, which should fit nicely. I'll just center this right here, like so. Make sure that it goes on nice. And now the sign is done. So the last thing that we need to do is I'm going to put in a little eyelet here so that I can hang this up on the wall. But there's the cat is out because he's out for a walk. And there's the cat is inside, just sitting around chilling. I like to use these little eyelets from the dollar store. I just screw it right into the top here and then it'll hang nicely on the wall. Alright, my eyelet's in, ready for hanging. And now since my whole design is dark for the sign and the cat, I'm just going to add some black ribbon onto my top here. So I want it to be a few inches of length onto the hook so that I've got a little bit of room to twist it. So I'm just going to cut this here and I'm going to feed it through my eyelet. Now that my ribbon is in, I'm going to hot glue this together here so that I can have a nice little edge piece. Just adding a little bit of glue here. Fold this over so that it gives me a nice round edge. And I'll let it dry. And that's it. Your cat in and out sign is done. Thanks for watching my video on how to make a reversible cat sign. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.